Welcome back. Part 2 of our nostalgic, lighthearted look at...
We haven't had many laughs yet.
No, well, we get more off camera. Anyhow,
Yeah.
Bill George, Part 2, as we say. All right.
No real faux pas.
All right. No.
We're
So
gonna-
we left off at the Good Hughes boat livery or
Yeah,
whatever.
boat livery.
I like
Yeah, they rented boats there, assumingly on summer Sundays and Saturdays, and people went for a ride up the river. You know?
We are personally coming into, I enjoy all of this, but we're coming into a section of your photographs that I really like.
This is this one I really like because I know where this came from. I bought this, and this came from Texas, believe it or not. And it's right after, it's one of the earliest photos I have. This is Little Neck with no houses in the background. And this is right off of Cranes, the river end of Cranes Beach.
Yeah, off Fox Creek.
Yeah, and it's around 1864. That's old. There's no
Really?
question. Yeah. Jake and the technical people have told me that the boat jives with that and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
These are little, and here's another one, pretty much the same as that. When the Carlotta is over here, so that means it's in the 1880s.
Yeah.
Or 1890s, and the neck is starting to grow then.
What were the?
That's
What were
looking
these
Fox
buildings here
Creek,
for?
looking over from Fox Creek.
What are these buildings here for, though?
Those are where people lived. Those are the predecessors of today's cottages. Those cottages are still there. This is Lower Road, right?
Were these cottages then, or were these
Yes.
year-round homes?
No, cottages. You couldn't get to the neck then unless you were on a boat, so no one lived there year-round.
That's wild.
Again, this is the same area, roughly, in the 1940s. This picture was taken, I believe, in around 1938. This was what we used to call the Lower Landing.
Okay.
It's Gravelly Point. You know where that is.
Yeah.
And that's about what it is, and that's what it shows the evolution.
It's wild.
Okay. Here's the Little Neck store, which is.
Oh, the community building, or?
When I was a kid, well, I was there from the early 40s until the mid 50s. That was how it was, pretty much. The post office was in there at the time. May Kinsman, remember?
I have a vague recollection of a post office.
Yeah, the post office sort of folded up down there right around the time of World War II. But you can see over it again on the hill, there's nothing there.
Wow.
I like this one particularly well because it's real old. See the lighthouse keeper Ellsworth over here? That's him with his beard and hat. He's worse than I am. He always wore a hat. It's old, and people clamming with the sunbonnets on. That goes back to the 1870s, no question. Plum Island over here.
Yeah. Hey, on another topic sometime, I'd like to explore the history of the Bluffs.
Oh, we can do that.
Isn't there some interesting history about Bar Head out there in Plum Island?
I'm a fan of the Ipswich Bluffs. It is a swinging place, especially during Prohibition.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, so I mean, there are a lot of stories, and most of them are true, I'm sure. Good collection of pictures of it.
Some of it was a slightly less than savory reputation.
Yes, it was, and I can tell about that, but I don't know how far you want to go on television.
Well, we'll have to air it after 11 o'clock at night or something.
All right. But this is a little group I picked up recently since the last show. This is on Great Neck. This is Clark's Pond. See the temporary dam they built up there?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the yacht club over here. These are a couple of guys that were weekending down there. The cows and horses ran wild down there, and this is the same area. So it was around 1915.
Okay.
And I thought it was kind of unusual. The horses and cows mixed together roaming around. And this is another one from the same lot that shows there's the yacht club and some adjacent buildings over there.
What do you think the vintage of this photograph is?
1915, because I bought these at a show.
Okay.
That's another story that'll take up too much time, but I bought about 6 of these. No one knew what they were except me. It was at a show out in the greater Boston area. And I got these for peanuts, and
wow.
I was happy to do it, and they're hard to find. This is This really went with the Little Neck group. See how bare it was over on
my God,
Great
yeah.
Neck?
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
1938, we'll
All
call
right,
it.
okay.
Yeah, and you can see how it was in 38.
Where did most of these people come from that had summer cottages down there? Do we know?
Wakefield, Malden, Medford.
Okay. The 50s.
Your father must have
Right,
done that.
50s, we summered on Great Neck, and I can remember waiting to watch for my father coming down the causeway, sometimes on a Thursday night, because he always would have stopped at some vegetable market in Revere,
Yeah.
and he'd show up with a watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd go nuts.
No,
It
that's
was just
that happened.
simpler life. It was just.
Here's one that we should have showed with the smelt fishing. There's fishing again. This is Great Neck over here.
This is a little elegant boat, though.
Yeah, that's old though. There's not a
Yeah.
house there.
Amazing.
Okay, now this is part of that almost.
This is dear to my heart. What's
Yeah,
coming up right
the
here.
Carlotta, the steamer Carlotta. Here's the boat over at the Bluffs unloading. And here's the young men and ladies getting off. They're leaving the boat. This is the Bluffs. You know the house that's
The anchor, what I call the anchorage.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
anchorage.
All right.
And this is what they call the Bluffs Wharf. And
Okay.
That's
I remember that. There were remnants of the wharf when I was a kid.
yeah.
We used to strike bass. We used
Yeah.
to go around. Striped bass would hang around these
Oh,
piles.
it's a deep hole fishing wise
Yeah.
out there. And here's the schedule for the Carlotta. If you ever want to know where the Carlotta stopped and where it went, that'll satisfy you.
This
That's
is amazing.
new since the last show. Yeah.
That is something else.
Yeah. Came out, the picture came out well. I scanned that from an actual little
Weekdays,
small day
Sundays.
thing. Here's the Bluffs. Here's the Bluffs Hotel.
Now,
Here you can
people
see-
would go out for the evening entertainment, right? In some
well,
cases,
they'd have dances and parties.
dine
over
and
there.
dance. Can you imagine that?
They'd rent it out to conventions and parties and like that.
Wow.
And here's another view of the Bluffs. You get a perspective. There's the anchorage sitting out on the end.
Well, there used to be a lot of cottages in modern days over on Plum Island.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that the government took them by
Yeah.
eminent domain
Yeah.
when they.
I can remember when they took that. That was right after the
There was some
World War II.
feisty. There was some.
Oh yeah, they were fighting it for. It was a
I
very.
mean, these were your summer homes, and all of a sudden they said, "No, this we're taking it."
We're gonna jump back uptown now. This is these three. The next three are basically Lord Square. That's the old Lord store back in the turn of the century. You can see the house over here.
Okay.
I remember it as the Dave Jewett's doctor's office house. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Shep's?
Yeah,
and-
Shep worked. Here's Shep's place coming up. That's the old one. Here's the one in the 30s. That's in the 1930s. This is that building's still prominent over there. It used to be Mackerel's.
It was a market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mackerel's Market.
Okay.
And here it was in the Shep era. Shep
That's
and
all.
Arnie and
Bob Athley.
Bob Athley. It was Bob's station.
Yeah. You're organized, Bill.
Yeah,
I'm
wow,
impressed.
see, I
This-
worked hard on
wow.
this, This is back downtown again. This was kind of interesting to me anyway. I bought this picture, which is the Norton Corbett house down on East Street. It's only several houses down from Ray Morley's place, going
East
down
Street.
on the
I'm trying- I
left-hand
can't-
side. The reason I have this, the other side of it, it's signed by Arthur Wesley Dow, the noted painter. It says the Norton Corbett House in Ipswich, where I was born. So that kind of solves that, doesn't it? Huh? Here's the post office back when it was on the post office was in many places. This is when it was on the group of buildings running up Town Hill. There's the seminary over there. This is right across from the pub where the Christian
yeah.
Science Church
Christian
is.
Science, yeah.
Now, and they were standing out in front of it, shooting the breeze. Somebody told me in one of the bards years ago, this fellow's name was Luke Murray, and I think he was an Irish immigrant, and he had the Blarney, and he used to talk to Luther Waite, and they were big buddies, He was the postmaster. it's just kind of, to me, it's interesting. You can almost imagine what they're saying. And
I don't know if I want to know.
oh yeah, I imagine they're talking politics.
Cool.
Okay, well now we're getting down to the last couple of packets.
Final strokes, folks.
Yep. The jail. That went over big the last time. So this was the jail master's house. Here's the jail. The jail is right where we're sitting now, right here. This is where they tore it down in 1936 and built this building. Pictures taken from Green Street, looking at the town hall.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just checked the cornerstone on the way in, and it's 1936.
What was the jail for Essex County?
Essex County Jail. Here's a bigger picture of it. Good sized jail for those days.
You ever served time there?
No, I didn't. As a matter. And here's a sequel on that, and this is inside of the jail. That's an actual photo inside of the jail in the 1870s.
Wow.
And I've never seen that anywhere. And it was a stereopticon view.
What?
And stereopticon
Oh, one of
view.
those,
Yeah, we were going to give a show on that too sometime, remember?
You've
better
never
hurry
seen
up. I'm
those.
not going to be able to do these shows
it's
much longer.
It's like a
No, it's double pictures. And
double pictures. You put it out here. And
That's
so
where I
it's like,
get some of my best pictures.
It's like 3D.
There's the building coming down in 1936. That's the jail being torn
Why'd they
down.
rip it down?
Yeah. Oh, they
Unless-
built a high school there. This was a high school.
I know.
This is the last one. I know I showed this the last time, but excuse me, it was the Camp Agawam out here. There they are walking down the lane, and
Now, where was Camp Ag?
well, you approached it from Turkey Shore Road, then Old England Road out there.
That's the one that we have a minor disagreement on. I thought that some people referred to it as Second Sands. You've never heard that term.
No, Second Sands is up there by. We found out where it was, and you
Where?
were wrong. It was up there. You, for the first time in history, you was
What?
wrong.
Where is Second
It was
Sands?
up near. It was off of Town Farm Road, up in the cemetery area. That's
Really?
Second Sands.
You did read the novel, right? No Ordinary Summer?
No, but that's all. It's
You got to
well,
read
it's
it.
fiction based on fact.
Yes,
isn't it?
but it talks about the Robinson shipyard. It
Yeah.
talks about. Just read the book.
This just shows it wasn't all work at the army camp. You know, there's cranes over there. This is Pavilion Beach. They're having a party on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon down there.
Gosh,
And
talk about a vintage photograph.
here's the girls getting ready to go to it. This
Getting
is down-
gussied up.
That's on Manning Street.
Was that the back of the fire station?
Yeah, that's a backup fire station looking in toward the, north. I guess you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Again, it's kind of interesting. Kenny Richards, most
I know
people
Kenny.
know him. He went up there with his father. His father was
Arnie.
Arnie, yeah. And they went up. They did business with the camp from gasoline and stuff like that.
really?
Yeah. And Ken has been up there and toured the camp, and he's got a lot of stories on that. Yes.
I can remember my parents telling me that there were the old civil defense guys.
Yep.
We had blackouts down at Great Neck.
Of course.
And they would come and they would visit your cottage, make sure you had the black
Yeah.
shades drawn.
I remember that. I was there.
And we had Robinson Shipyard. We had the camp,
Yep.
the Army camp. I mean,
That's it.
It's a big
That's the
part.
camp.
Yeah.
We also had radar station on Great Neck.
Yep.
We had the proximity fuse being built at Sylvania.
Yeah.
And
Lincoln
ironically,
Labs. What was Lincoln Labs?
that
doing?
was part of the radar
Oh, okay.
operation, MIT.
Yep.
We had, they were over there making us black out on Little Neck and Great Neck, and they were over there
Welding.
striking arcs in the middle of the night, signaling Hitler that we were ready, for the invasion, I guess, or whatever,
Listen.
Okay.
We're about ready to wrap up here.
We're ready.
My gratitude. I don't think I can express it enough. I thank you, and I sincerely.
I don't think
mean
it's
it.
that.
You think I'm being phony about it? What?
Yeah,
No.
we can do.
Come on! I love this stuff. I love this.
The price is right anyway.
The-
I'm definitely.
Thank you
The
very
price
much.
is right. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
and stay tuned. You never know what Bill's
You
going
never
to
know
come
when
up
you're
with
going to
next.
see this. Or
Yeah.
not, yeah.
There you go. So keep the faith. Yes.